All right. All right, guys. Sorry about that wait. Had to go use the restroom. Kind of an emergency there. All right. We're going to be going through, before we jump into this, we're going to be going through a couple of different weapons. Namely, 3 different ARs that I have found that just have an awesome time to kill. Especially sub 30 meters. So, like, let me preface this just briefly, right? So, yesterday, a video came out from Who's Immortal, and this guy is generally, he is used by game journalists to create content and whatnot, right? And one of the things that I've noticed that he does is he'll go to True Game Data. And True Game Data is an excellent resource for baseline values, right? The guy who actually created the application does a lot of in-game testing to determine what TTKs are, what their headshot damage is over time, etc., 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 etc. There's a lot of really good research that goes into that app. But there's a lot of things that he misses too, right? One of the options in the app is that's missing, I've noticed, is semi-auto damage value. A lot of people, for example, don't know that the Sidewinder can 3-tap to the head at damn near any range. Now, it's got some drawbacks, to be sure. It's not a beautiful rifle to use for all people. But just to demonstrate briefly here, let me just go ahead and show you really quickly. It's fun to use, but it has kind of a niche little use case as a DMR. I hit a neck shot there. This is hard with a red dot on my end, but I'm going to try to get these 3 shots on the head and only on the head. Come on. Need that sway to work with me here. Come on. 3 shots at 100 yards, or 100 meters. Kind of a pain in the ass with that, but point being, right? True Game Data is not going to tell you about that type of stuff. Why? I don't really know. The guy's done so much research that you would think that he would add that in there. But he hasn't, and that's fine. Not his fault necessarily, right? But there's other instances too, like the TAC Eradicator, that just have really weird semi-auto damage values that I really can't explain. Oh, hold on. Let's take that brace fire build off really quick. Just so I can kind of show you this one as well. Kind of just trying to highlight what it is that I'm talking about, and then we're going to really dive into the ARs that I think can stand out in the current meta competitions. So, for example, we'll just go through the baseline semi-auto damage value, or, full auto damage value to the head. Why not? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 shots to the head. That's our control, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Saving you 4 bullets and probably a good 200 milliseconds in time. Maybe 150. And that's just within, the 10 meter damage range. Let's go out to the, let's reposition here. Let's go out to this target here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 bullets to the head, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the head. You see the difference, right? Now, this isn't perfect to use in all cases, but you can see that the fire rate gets up there pretty quickly. Like, you can use semi-auto in a lot of cases during mid-long range combat, even close range combat. Just blasting people quickly with semi-auto could be extraordinarily effective in reducing your TTK values and giving you an edge in gunfights. Even at long ranges, this works out great. So one of the things that I wanted to highlight here, right? We're going to start here with the Chimera. This is the fastest TTK in a full auto gun at the moment. 675 milliseconds within about the 30 meter damage range area. It doesn't seem all that good, until you compare it to everything else, right? It's extraordinarily useful in the close range. This gun moves relatively fast, even when built for range. Its ADS was rebalanced recently, and it's also got a headshot damage multiplier when in semi-auto that honestly just kind of blows the gun's TPK out of the water when you're comparing it to everything else in its bracket. 6 shots with a, 210 to 300 round backup ammo capacity is kind of nuts. So with that being said, there's a couple of different things you can do with this gun in order to optimize it. Damage range is definitely one of them. Just building it for range, you can get it out pretty comfortably. 28 meters or so. There's, depending on how you want to run this, if you really just want to run for long range, you can do that. Get that to about that 34, 35 meter damage range area. Recoil isn't too terribly bad. Even with a 30 round mag, you could easily see this being used in solos, duos, no question. Jesus. I'm jumping around a little bit this morning, though. Haven't quite locked in yet. I also kind of tweaked with my sensitivity settings here recently, so I'm still trying to get used to those. But point being, this thing is an absolute fucking powerhouse. Use it, enjoy it while it's still there. I'm sure they're going to be nerfing MW2, MW3 guns like crazy here in the next couple of months. One of the other closer range guns that I wanted to point out, this is the Fennec 45. It hasn't been relevant for a very long time. I just wanted to point something out to you guys. This thing gets pretty solid fucking damage range. If you notice, the damage range, or the damage at 66 meters is 13, but that's ridiculously long for what is a submachine gun in the current meta. That's a long ways for damage values to step down. I think I have this one built for speed too. I was just kind of playing around with this particular build. But close range, that thing absolutely fries. No question. And even at that mid value, that 25 meter range, it's still doing enough damage that if you keep your shots on target, you can easily fry somebody. And of course, whenever you're talking about fast fire rate guns, of course damage values are low. Another sleeper that people really haven't played with much, and this was super surprising to me in terms of submachine guns. This freaking Wasp Stinger thing is actually kind of nuts. It's got a ridiculous damage range as well, and it slays pretty easily. Single targets are not hard for this gun to take down. Now, at that 25 meter damage range, you're getting diminishing returns. But definitely, like, if you're running, I think it's Battle Ready, where you get that UAV and the utility box, that is not a bad gun to run as a backup in the event that you need something for close quarters. But the Siren is obviously a better choice, generally speaking. Damage output, etc. So, you can play with it if you want to. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. It works, but it's kind of just in that, maybe contender, but definitely viable kind of class. Anyways, so we covered the Chimera, right? There's another gun from MW2 that is an absolute fucking powerhouse. This thing, nobody's talking about, nobody uses it, nobody's used it in a long time, but it's absolutely nuts. So, M13C. We all know the gun, but it is one of those guns that just surprises. Now, it does have a difficult recoil pattern to actually manage, especially at longer distances. But it's not got too terribly much recoil. So if you focus your shots, especially in a mounted position, like where you're firing at somebody out in the open, they don't have good cover, they're running, etc., Bullet velocity is going to fight you a little bit, so you're going to have to lead your target, but overall, when you're mounted, this thing does not have much recoil. Pull back a little bit and let the gun jiggle back and forth, and you'll hit some shots. You get a second teammate involved in that, and you're going to get downs. No question. But even 50 meters, this thing's not too bad. It works out pretty well. It bobs back and forth. Don't try to fight that. Just pull back. Now, here's the shocker. Here's the surprise for this gun. For those long-range targets, this thing's semi-auto is insane. Let me see. Here, hold on. Let me throw a scope on here just to help myself, because I need glasses. I can't see these targets very well. I struggle with the long range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots. 7 shots to the head at that longer value. We're already outside the same damage range. In the closer range, it's a 5-shot kill. This thing is absolutely nasty for this purpose. And at longer ranges, semi-auto tap firing is phenomenal with this gun. It carries damage very well. You don't need to really worry about your aim. Just pull the trigger on a target and you're going to hit it. It just works out. Closer range, this thing does try. Not bad. It's not bad at all. This is definitely a viable contender for, especially against like the XM4, where it's got no recoil but very little damage over range. This thing works. It fills the slot that the actual XM4, the M4, and the M16 with the what is it, Jack Patriot kit. All 3 of those guns, this thing actually outshines them in the damage area. It'll kill faster than all 3 of those guns within the first 30 meters of damage. Now, outside of that, it slows down pretty considerably, so this is a go-between for, most notably, sniper support within that 30 to 40 meter damage zone. That's where this thing is going to shine. No questions asked. It's going to do well. Same thing with the Chimera. It's just another alternative between those. They really messed with the submachine gun category in the Black Ops 6 integration. Everything got its damage range jumped down to about 10 meters, and then after that, there's drop off. That's all submachine guns across the board. There's a couple that break out of that area, but it's not very many, and they don't do phenomenally well outside of it. One of the subs that does do well outside of that damage zone, as we're going to cover here, is the Fennec. We already kind of touched on that. The PDSW does decently. It's not terrible. It's not great. There's a build that I've been running with this that seems to slay pretty well. It's a fucking laser beam. But once you get to that 50 meter damage range, the thing's a pea shooter. It doesn't do very much. But at 25 meters, 10 meters, works great. It's no C9, but, you know, it's an option there if you want to use it. It definitely does its work well. As far as subs that break out of that mold, though, you're still talking about the Striker. Striker still works phenomenally well in terms of getting some damage downrange. Especially if you build it up for straight up damage range. It's not bad. 15 meters is your first drop-off point. Thing slays. Even outside of that, it still carries damage fairly well. This build is not aiming idle sway compatible, but carries pretty well. And then what was that last AR that I was looking at earlier? I gotta remind myself. Oh, I remember now. This was a shocker for me. The M13C and the Chimera I was already fairly well versed with. I've played with them back and forth. This one was a shocker to me. So, within its damage range, this thing actually has a fairly staunch TTK. And even at those longer ranges, this thing can put down some blistering rate of fire at long range and still do decent damage. As you're seeing, at that 100 meter damage range, it is not hitting very hard. Not hard at all. But that blistering rate of fire at that close quarter area, 10 to 25 meters, that thing is an absolute powerhouse. Now, is it the fastest? No. No, it is not. You could build it for that if you wanted to. But it's there. So those are just 3 ARs we're going to kind of play around with. I'm not particularly good with any of these ARs as it stands. I haven't had much time behind them recently. But we'll kind of feel them out as we go, figure out what an optimized build is for each one of them, and then go from there. As far as snipers go, I also noticed a little quirk with regards to the Moors. So they got rid of the HVP anti-material slugs additional bullet penetration. So there's not really any need to use that anymore. But you have to have at least the photonic charge barrel in order to one-shot at all ranges. At the very least, you have to have that, or you have to have the HVP or explosives. One or the other. Any of these 3 things will make this one-shot capable at all ranges. Troll gun. Still super fun to use, not gonna lie. Also, this thing's bullet penetration is stupid. I don't know why, but like, this thing can shoot through a ridiculous amount of materials. Like, stupid amounts. Unless they nerfed it in the BO6 integration, I just haven't seen it yet, but that's entirely possible. Where is the scope that I'm looking for? There it is. That was a hit and it just registered. Love that. And what a lot of people didn't know about the Moors is even without the the full charge, you can still get a one-shot kill within its damage range without charging the gun. If you have the HVP anti-material rounds on it, it'll do the same thing at all ranges. So, like, if you're within that 100 meters, you can see how much the drop is. But it is capable of getting that one-shot kill. I think I'm actually hitting chest there. Hold on. Let me drop that real quick. Yeah. It's still one-shot even without the HVPs. It was a little low. There it is. There it is. 100 meters. Oops. Maybe not. Hold on. No, it's still one shots. That's weird. That was an inconsistent response. Don't know why I did that. But, yeah, there it is.
To the war zone. Get geared up.
they changed this scope's backdrop. They changed the map's backdrop a bit. Interesting. I've noticed an inconsistency too, folks, with regards to Black Ops 6 weapons and their ability to shoot into water. So be mindful of that. It's like the bullets stop dead, whereas MW2, MW3 guns do not. All right. We're going to kind of adjust depending on what's going on in the drop here. Oh, missed it. I'm okay with that.
Enemies dropping into the AO. You're clear to engage all hostile.
Wow. Okay. That Ames is not able to keep up in that close damage range with the XM4. I already put a little bit of damage into him and it still just did not do the work. I don't like any of the BO6 ARs at all. Like, at all. None of them seem to do any amount of damage that's worth a fuck. Unless you're like 50, 60 meters, they just don't do shit. Because nothing else does any damage in that range. Nice. Oh, what? Rip me.
Time to head back to base.
I shot literally just between his legs.
We'll get a W next time.
That's okay. First game of the day, and I'm trying to get warmed up. RIP, though. That sucked. Oh. Let me see if my buddy wants to hop on right quick. Where he's at. Dude, I need glasses so fucking bad. I can't keep playing without. Oh, Jesus, dude. I've been running like 1,000,000 miles a minute for the last couple of days, and I'm just exhausted at this point. Spooky actually home? Let's see. Taking forever to find a match. Fucking stuttered. I don't know what's going on with my... It's still not a terrible rate of fire. It can go much faster, but... I don't know what's going on there. Strafing is throwing me off target, not on target. On the 6.
Target down. All stations, green light. We're deploying to the war zone. Alright, let's try to jump back into this. Suggest you hightail it out. AO.
Ow.
Enemy SAM turret active. Be advised, an enemy squad is tracking your location. You've got gas moving in.
Topside.
Fire!
Jesus, dude. Blistering me there. Okay. Sure. Okay. I just cannot get out to this guy. That actually helps me quite a bit.
Taking the enemy. You're clear for now.
Taking effective fire.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Fire.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
God damn it.
Gas is inbound.
Still alive.
Shot me literally through the wall. Yep. Ah. It'd be nice to grab my fucking loadout for once. Keep getting dipped on the drops. Okay. I shot so far off today.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Okay. Fun.
Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV online. Precision airstrike standing by. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. Got an extra valuable opportunity here. Don't miss your shot. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostiles have established the SAM turret.
Taking
Enemy
effective
soldier
fire.
incoming.
Target marked. Request fire mission.
Copy that, Longbow 3-1. Go again. Hostile UAV in the area. on for drop.
Oh, slid right into me. That PP-19 is still hard to beat.
Buy station locked.
So gross.
Buy station locked.
Enemy dropping into the area. You've got a loadout coming inbound. Enemy UAV overhead. Closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Gulag's closed until further notice. High value target marked. Expect resistance. Gas is moving. Enemy UAV is online. located. There's an increased payout for this job. Be sure to collect.
Oh, what the fuck? He was just shooting me right through that thing. Oh, no, he wasn't. Not bad. Let's actually swap up to the M13C.
Check your gear and weapons. There'll be always forward.
What in the hell?
Not die here.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the sky. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Contract mark.
Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
Okay, I just got double teamed. How the fuck did he just crouch there? Like, what? I'm trying to land on this. Oh, okay.
Requesting recon flight.
You're losing ground. Move it.
We're flying on the returning to tank.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Moving here.
Let's see. Let's go. All right.
Got a loadout drop inbound. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. Gas is moving. Enemy UAV is online. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy counter UAV inbound.
LDBR, ready for launch.
16 rounds. Out.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Target street empty. Negative BDA.
You're being tracked by an enemy squad. Evade and survive. UAV overhead.
Oh, wow.
Contract failed. Objective lost.
Just absolutely smacked me. All headshots.
I'm taking fire!
That thing's kind of not fair. What?
Bounty targets are up. Get up. Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Contractor. Contract's worth more than usual, so get it done, soldier.
Fucking Jackal, dude. Cannot beat that thing.
Valiant effort. Keep your head up and...
Taking effective fire!
Alright. I'm gonna log off for a little bit and go make some food because I'm freaking starving. Absolutely starving. But we will be back here a little bit later. Probably going to jump back on some Skyrim, and then when the homies get on, we'll probably jump back into Warzone. But outside of that, you guys have yourselves a wonderful